Is on proprioception training, good for ankle sprains and sort of prevention, and then even post sort of rehabilitation, but that's a different aspect. So 4 main exercises today, linking to the sets and reps we've discussed on the previous slides. We've got single leg stand with eyes closed, single leg stand on a wobble cushion, and then an 8-point star excursion. So there are 4 sort of exercises that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to take you through all 4, and then we're just going to see. So linking to the slides, we're going to go for 25 seconds on the single leg stands with 30 seconds rest. I won't have the 30 seconds rest in between, but just as a sort of guide, that's what I would be doing. Again, KG points, try and get to focus on a point in front of them so they're not wobbling about. Really good sort of just starting gauge. So if a client's wobbling all over the place, it'll be a little bit different. It may have to knock the time down and just sort of adapt, but starting points, really good gauge from here. So 25 seconds are gone, we're going to have a break, 35 seconds, just sort of eking out, just sort of getting back, and we're going to go on to the other leg. So same again, position, and we're off. Okay? Trying to keep our foot in like a tram line position, like one side of a tram line. We don't want them to sort of externally open and they're sort of external at the hip. We want to keep it nice and straight so there's no sort of extra pressure on other areas of the body. So that's the first one. The second one is we have our eyes closed. Same sort of process, we're just having our eyes closed to add a little bit more challenge to what we're doing. Okay, this will give you a sort of gauge whether we can use the wobble cushion, whether we can look to add a ball in to make it sport specific and things like that. Okay, so again, 25 seconds on, 35 seconds rest. I won't do it all, but we're going to do that. So again, get them to get set, tramline position here, and close eyes. As you've seen then, I've fallen over. So potentially, we'll reset, try again. If I'm okay, we'll probably carry on. But if I fall again, then we'll probably take the time down. But as you can see, it was just a first sort of little stutter, and now I'm sort of okay. Clients will feel sort of some burning sensation, not burning, sort of like working sensations down the sort of ankle area, perineals area. Just that's working, that's really good. So it's sort of showing that the prevention techniques are working. So again, other leg, we'll go fair, set, close our eyes. Again, probably the client will start wobbling probably, but again, get them to work themselves out and it'll be okay. 25 seconds gone and we stop and move on. The third exercise is a wobble cushion. Things like this are really good at adding like sort of a different external source, different environment for the ankle to sort of adapt to. You can use sorts of like wobble cushions, wobble boards, things like that. So again, place our foot right in the middle in a tramline position. We go up and we're balancing. 15 seconds on this one, and then 45 seconds off. That 45 seconds is good because it's got that external, the sort of movement on here creates more pressure and requires more strength around the ankle. So that 45 seconds rest is ample to give them to reset and go. So again, we move on to the other leg, and we're off. Again, people can look at the point on the wall. I find that harder, so I tend to sort of look at the floor and just sort of manage where I am. Okay, so that's the 3 sort of single leg standing exercises we're going to do. The fourth is similar to a star excursion test. So star excursion test, you mark where you are on 4 different pieces of line, 8 points, you mark where the distance is, and you take an average score. Can be used as a pre-training sort of test, but in this case, I want to just get them used to that movement, so I'm not going to worry about recording. So, again, normally you'd have 4 lines in a star shape, but we don't have that, so what we're going to do is just going to go on the movement direction. So, 1 foot in the middle, we're then going to come out to each point, coming back to the middle, but not putting our foot down, coming out on all the points, challenging our stable ankle, just to make sure that we are balancing ourselves and working those sensory and motor systems. That's 8. Again, we'd probably have a minute off because that's quite a challenging task, and then we'd go on to the other leg. So I've fallen over there. See my knee internally rotate? That's not what we want. So we want to get them nice and stable and bending at the knee, but trying to keep that stability as we're moving around. So they are 4 simple exercises that I would do as a proprioception session. Linking to the reps and sets I've put on the slides, but they're 4 simple exercises demonstrated to use in a proprioception session. Thank you.